Greetings Ronin, FiOth here, and today I will be breaking down the bond transfer function when you go smithing, as well as explain how sets work and how you can optimize your sets to get as many benefits as possible at the same time. There's a lot to talk about here, so let's get started. First thing you will need is of course a blacksmith, and we will be looking at the bond transfer window right here. Basically what happens is you go and pick a transfer item. That can be anything in your inventory. Let's take this Peacock Uji Katana for example, unlock it, and you pick which one of the abilities you want to transfer. At the bottom right you can see the cost in bone jewels and the additional materials as well as the cost. It goes without saying that the rarer the ability you try to transfer, let's say this is a golden quality one, it takes 15,000 coins, whilst the white one only takes 6,000 and way fewer materials. So step one, you pick the ability you want to transfer. Then you go to your destination item and pick the one that you want. What we have to understand here is that for an ability, a perk to be transferred, the weapon you want to transfer it to has to have less than a full set of perks. That is calculated by two factors: the overall quality of the weapon. As you can see here, this is green, this is the second best quality. Of course, because it is green, 4 is all it gets. It's pretty much a full and done piece of gear. If you go to an exquisite quality piece of gear though, you have an extra slot down there and you can place the ability that you want here. The second characteristic we want to be paying attention to is whether or not the item we will be keeping, that is the destination item, because the other one will get destroyed and consumed, has a set bonus. And why do I say this? If there is a set bonus here, you are automatically forfeiting one of your 5 perk slots for the set bonus. There is no way to circumvent this. If you had a good roll on a weapon, that is the roll of your dreams, but you don't get a set on it, the overall viability of this weapon is somewhat diminished. What do I mean by that? I was once on the lookout for the perfect one-hit KO blade when it comes to killing elites with just one sneak attack. Sadly, this cannot be done. The game pretty much plays like Sekiro. Elites cannot be one shot, at least on Twilight, where I'm playing, but nonetheless, I took it as far as I could by creating an omnipresent ninja build and using this oxtail blade. Now this oxtail blade has attack assassination, attack on unharmed enemies, and attack when I'm at max health. It increases the damage when I'm at full health and attacking an enemy that has not been hurt via stealth exponentially. But there is a problem with this. It has the eagle-eyed archer set bonus on it, and if you're gonna go in for a melee stealth focused attack that should be KOing enemies in close quarters quickly, eagle-eyed on this is not what I wanted. I wanted omnipresent ninja, like you can see on this shinobi garb right here. So when you make a choice about which will be your destination item, it has to be one that includes what kind of build you will be using this weapon with. Then you click on the weapon, click on the slot where you want it to go, and then you click transfer on the right and verify that you want to do it. Pay close attention because for some reason Team Ninja took 5 steps back when it comes to this forging process. What do we mean by that? We know that the transfer item will be destroyed, and that is to be expected, but the destination item can only have one transferred perk because it will come usually with just one empty slot to transfer a perk in. That is not law, there are exceptions. You'll sometimes get drops that have more open slots, but at the end of the day it does not give you much versatility. In both Neo and Wulong you could extract perks from specific weapons, and then the weapons that you were using as destination weapons, the ones that you wanted to keep at the end of the day, could have their perks reforged, so you could pretty much change the weapon from top to bottom. Certain starred perks were very rare to come around and could not be swapped in Neo, but those were very meta, very end-game items that the average user would never care about. You had a lot of leeway to optimize your gear. So, as I said earlier, with this oxtail blade as an example, you need to consider two things. First, did the weapon roll with a good enough assortment of perks when you first got it? To simplify this, do all but the one perk that you will need to transfer look good to you for what you want to do with the weapon? If that is a yes, go to question 2. Does the set bonus included in this weapon actually go with what I want to do with the weapon? Because as I said, this for example is a surprise attack, huge damage output sword for assassinations. It is not one to be used for sustained combat. If you want to use a weapon for sustained combat, you will want to have other perks here. Second, do I want to make an archer build and have this oxtail blade as my backup weapon, since I will be mostly bowing enemies down? Well, apparently not. I would have preferred it if it has something else. As I said, Omnipotent Ninja would have been excellent. So since we're talking insane costs here and no way of going back if you mess something up, consider what you're doing very carefully. If you get a really good roll on a weapon and it doesn't have the right set bonus, or you get a very rare perk, always before going through this process, remember, the perk that you are transferring can be taken from the new item, the new destination item, and eventually be transferred to something else. The destination item though has to be a good item, because if you put a good perk on a so-so destination item, you will be torn later between destroying it to get the perk out or leaving it there although the weapon is missing something. Consider the set bonus provided and the overall roll of the weapon that you will be using this transferred perk on. Now when it comes to the sets themselves, I have a very strong suggestion to make here, so you can optimize what you're getting out of all your combinations. In Rise of the Ronin, certain sets give you more bonuses when you're wearing just 2 pieces of them than others that require 3 to give you the double perk bonus that you see here. In Omnipresent Ninja, if you have 2 pieces you get only enemy evasion, but if you have 3 pieces you get attack assassination and attack at max health. When we check the Fortune's Favorite, we see that we get luck and additional item drops from enemies by just wearing 2 pieces. So playing around with various weapons that might have the set we want on them and combining them with the sometimes available accessories containing set bonuses, you can create some pretty nutty results. Here, as you can see by checking my gear, I'm having 3 pieces of Fortune's Favorite equipped and 3 pieces of Omnipresent Ninja, allowing better enemy evasion, attack assassination, attack match health, and in case of Fortune's Favorite, luck, additional item drops from enemies, and even more luck, getting my chances of getting good and often gear drops very high. So don't stick to just one weapon because you happen to like it, or just an entire set from top to bottom bearing the same set bonus because you simply don't need it. If a set maxes out at 4 pieces, there is no reason why you should go and wear 5 of them, forfeiting the chance to get more perks in for overall better results and set combinations. Last but not least, never upgrade weapons that are anything other than exquisite quality. Exquisite quality is the orange yellowish that you see here. This is simply because the cost of upgrades in this game is insane, and doing that will just be a waste of resources because eventually you will have to ditch all this crap and go for the really good items. One last tip from your boy: if you go into the intellect tree and go to barter equipment upgrades, you can invest points into this perk that will allow you to reduce the price in coins and upgrade material when you go to upgrade something. So even if you want to experiment a bit, it will not hurt you as much in the end as if you were going butt naked spending those coins over equipment that might in the end be useless. Hope you found this useful, Ronin. Subscribe and share for more content like this, and if you wanna learn more about the game's mechanics and intricacies, check out any of these vids. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!